All right, welcome everybody. So, breaking news. It happened a couple hours ago. If you're a Knicks fan, the news doesn't get better. It's just a miserable. It's just miserable to be a damn Knicks fan. You just don't get any breaks. And what happened? Kristaps Porzingis, he got hurt. I'll show you. I'll show you the play.
Milwaukee defense. Inside Porzingis.
There you see. He lands, and right away he clutches his knee. Not a good sign. It's never a fucking good sign.
But he goes down hard.
Yeah, you see he's in a lot of pain. He's clutching the back of his knee. If you're an older Knicks fan, who could forget the sight of Bernard King going down back in '84?
Hurt. Here's the play.
Oh, he had to be carried off. He had to be carried off the court, of course. So, of course, the Knicks brass gave the press conference after the game. Let's see what the geniuses said. His knee buckled in minutes into the second quarter. Porzingis is undergoing further evaluation for his left knee. The team announced he's going to have an MRI done on Tuesday night. He already had the MRI done. The MRI revealed a fucking ACL tear. Out for the season. Hopefully he'll be back. He should be back by the start of the 2018-19 season. That's not the question. It's 2018. I mentioned Bernard King. 30 years ago, these were career-ending injuries. Are they career-ending injuries now? Probably not. But this is the problem I have is this is Porzingis now. He's only 22, and he's fragile. This is becoming painfully clear. He is fragile. It's either his knees, his foot, his toe, his ankles, his back. I mean, and now he tore an ACL. That's not good. I mean, yeah, listen. Optimistically, let's see. He's young. He gets the surgery done. He strengthens it. Blah blah blah. He's still young enough where he could come back and and it'll heal. And if nothing else happens, he'll regain the strength, because that's what these injuries are. It's a ligament injury. Does he have a complete tear, partial tear? That's gonna be the big issue. Okay, let's see. And yeah, let's see. Porzingis is 7'3" Latvian. In his third year, he was scheduled to play the All-Star game. Who gives a fuck about the All-Star game? He missed 7 games this season because of knee and ankle injuries. He sat out last contest, the rest of the left knee 2 weeks ago. I remember this. They were testing it. He was ginger. Listen, young players, they never want to let on how bad it is. I had a partial tear, not of my ACL. It was an MCL, and I felt it weeks before. It was like a sharp, stinging pain. I don't play heavy sports anymore, but I was exercising, doing the stationary bike, elliptical machine, Stairmaster, and I would feel the twinge after every workout. And then, just crossing the street, I stepped, took a step, and boom, I went down, and I couldn't put pressure on it. I couldn't bend it. No strength. Of course, I didn't go for surgery because I'm not required. I don't have a high demand. I'm not. Nobody's looking for me to play in professional sports. It took 5 months before it healed, and it was damn painful. And that was a partial tear. But Porzingis, he is a professional athlete. They'll give him the surgery. Okay, let's just go and look at the site. All right, you can read. The ACL is one of the most commonly injured ligaments of the knee. In general, the incidence of ACL injuries is higher in people who participate in Irish sports such as basketball, football. Approximately half of ACL injuries occur damage to meniscus, cartilage, and other ligaments. These patients have bruises. Yeah, it's tough. It's basically the knee exploding. It's like a picture of the ACL, the ligament is like a rubber band and it just snaps. That's basically what happens. Now the ligaments attach muscles together. The tendon is different. The tendons attach the bone to the muscle, so that's much more severe. And let's see. It's just the MRI. Let's see what'll happen in the MRI. If they say it was a complete tear or a partial tear, probably probably in this case it's probably going to be a complete tear. He's going to need surgery. He'll probably get surgery done. What's today? Wednesday. He'll probably get surgery done Friday, and the recovery process will start. What happens naturally with an ACL injury without surgical intervention? Patients to forget it. That's not going to happen. He's going to get the surgery. The surgical treatments. Let's see. They're repaired really with a graft. They take a tendon from I'm sick to my stomach. I haven't made a Knicks video in a long time because it's the same old shit. They can't play defense. They've been playing well at home. They can't play well, but they play terrible on the road. I knew this was going to happen. I mentioned it early in the season. Listen, it's not because I'm a know-it-all. I've watched almost over 35 years of NBA basketball. I know how it works. I know how the NBA works. But last night I blew up last night watching the game against the Hawks, the Knicks, and again, same old shit, same mistakes. It looks like schoolyard basketball. They miss assignments. Is it the NBA players say, or is it just a generation of players? Is it just our culture? Do people fucking learn from mistakes, or is maybe I think the internet and social media I think is really making people stupid, and not making people smart. It's making people stupid. How you can't learn? I don't understand. People can't learn. You're an NBA player. You're supposed to be. You're the best in the world. I'll repeat, the best in the world at what you do. Well, let me get off that for a second. I'll get back to it. Adult patients involved in sports require pivoting. Yeah, he's cutting. He's gonna have to get it. He's gonna have to get it. A patient with torn ACL and significant function instability has a high risk of developing secondary knee injuries. Therefore, should consider ACL reconstruction. Yeah, he's gonna get ACL reconstruction because Porzingis is 7'4". Okay. And yeah, they show you this, the graphs, my ass. Now, when I mentioned about his injuries, why it's concerning, and why it's a real concern, and it shouldn't be shaken off. This article just a year ago, 11 months ago, which would make it last January 2007, for New York Knicks fans. This is January 2017. This article. It seems that every Kristaps Porzingis stretch of tantalizing play, the unicorn, has an equally worrisome injury to go along with it. Though it's soon to overreact, Porzingis is showing early signs of fragility. You think now? You think that's true? KP has been blessed in New York with early play to inspire confidence and hope for the future. He's played uncanny graceful, running the floor at 7'3". His jumper from anywhere on the court. He is the unicorn at 7'3". 22 years old. This is. Again, I'm going to repeat. Today is February 2018. This is from March of last year, March of 2017. Okay? Porzingis has an eerily similar injury history through his first year and a half to Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, he got over it. But Anthony Davis, if you see, it's about the body structure. You see Porzingis, he's very lanky underneath. He's very lanky. This was the concern with him when he first got drafted. And I'm going to bring up his name. And fuck you if you don't want to hear it. Phil Jackson. All right? All of you who got triggered by Phil Jackson and cursed at him and wanted him out. Yes, he drafted him, but even Phil Jackson pointed it out. Porzingis needed to build muscle, okay, to support the frame, okay. People think that these people thought that Phil Jackson was an idiot. No, you're the idiot, okay. You don't know nothing about basketball or anything. From December 2013 to January 2015, Paxson 1 year, 1 month. Davis suffered 6 different injuries. Davis is one of the most jaw-dropping injury lists in the NBA. Yeah, but and now Anthony Davis again. It's a different. This is yes, good for Anthony Davis, but he's different. You look at Anthony Davis's body compared to Porzingis. He put on muscle. Anthony Davis. He filled out. I don't know if Porzingis is going to fill out, and then if he does fill out, is he going to have the same coordination and likeness and playmaking ability like he does now, where he could take people off the dribble from the top of the key? Porzingis is showing the scoring resemblance to transcendent talents. Porzingis suffered 6 from January 2016 to February 2007, approximately 1 month. Porzingis suffered 6 different injuries. He injured his left Achilles, his left groin, his left leg, his right shoulder, his right ankle, right foot. But all besides that, it's only his shoulder. The disturbing thing about injuries, the disturbing thing about Porzingis' injuries is that they are not coincidental. Towering big men have a lengthy history with low extremity injuries. And yes, Greg Oden, for some of you young fans, Sam Bowie, who got picked ahead of Michael Jordan. And now I'm going to show you the player who I think most resembles Porzingis. All right, if you go back to the early 80s and mid-80s, Ralph Sampson was drafted to Houston. This guy was 7'4". Then the Rockets in '84 drafted Hakeem Olajuwon to pair with him. They were the Twin Towers. That team made the finals in '86, and they were supposed to make a lot more finals. And this was in the era in the Western Conference with the Magic Johnson Showtime Lakers, and this Houston team slapped around that '86 Lakers team like kids. But guess what? It never happened because Ralph Sampson got hurt. 83 to 91. He played 8 years. This guy was the original unicorn, 7'4", and he got hurt. And back then, yes, the medical technology is not the same, but it's the lankiness. Okay, it's the same thing. However soon thereafter, Sampson began to suffer from nagging knee and back problems, limited his ability around the hoop, and ultimately forced him to retire at the age of 31. Now, Porzingis has a long way to go. Now we'll talk about what is this. We're going to talk about what does this mean going forward. If you're still with me, if you guys can't pay attention, just fucking go and unsubscribe. I don't care. I make my videos. I'm not in the habit of making 5-minute videos. Okay. Okay, real quick. These are the stats. His rookie year, he played 72 games, 28.4 minutes per game. And that followed that. 2016, 2017, played 66 games, started 65, missed a lot of games. They sat him out, I believe, at the end of the year, 32 minutes a game. This season, 47 games, and that'll be it. 48, 32.8 minutes. Now, I had somebody tell me before that, they tried to explain that this injury happened because they overused him in October, or the Knicks overused him in October, and because the franchise needs another elite scorer to go with him, like Carmelo Anthony. Listen, no, I don't agree about that. If I would buy that argument, if Porzingis was 31, 32, I'd buy it. He's 22. Okay, he's a young man. If he's getting overused now, what's going to happen in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? And again, we just saw that. I just showed you his minutes played this year. He's averaging 32.8 minutes a game. That's not a lot compared to you. Hold on. Well, let's look at LeBron James's minutes per game. All right, now if you could see it right here, minutes per game. LeBron has averaged 38.8 minutes a game, and now LeBron plays a lot of minutes. For a superstar franchise player. He plays a lot of minutes. But he's different, of course, because he's more of a guard. But I pick him because he's called guard forward. I pick him because he, like Porzingis, he is a freak. He's 6'8", 6'9", 230, 240, and he's like a shooting guard out there. So LeBron's freakiness is that the guy, he's one of the most resilient athletes I've ever could remember. Okay, that guy's a horse. He's a physical specimen. And just now he's averaging 36.9 minutes a game. Last year he led the league in minutes played, 37.8. So to say that Porzingis is getting overused, I don't buy it. No, and again, you can't compare the miles on LeBron's legs to Porzingis' legs. Okay, it just ain't happening. It just ain't happening. And let's go look at Anthony Davis, who they said was similar to Porzingis as far as injury. All right, so this is Anthony Davis's career stats. Okay, and if you can see, he's averaged 34.7. Early on in his career, around the same age as Porzingis, he was averaging 35.2. He played 64, 67, 68, 61. His first four, got healthy last year, and now he looks like I said, but he looks like he has filled out. He has filled out his body. He's thick up. He's got a thick upper body and he's got a thick lower body. Unlike Porzingis. Is Porzingis going to get like that? I don't think so. He does not have the body. You could just see he doesn't have the body of Anthony Davis. He doesn't have the muscle of Anthony. And again, if he puts on that muscle, is it going to take away from his game? All right. So this year, Anthony Davis is at 36.4. So I don't agree. So that just shows you the minutes per game. If anything, Porzingis gets babied. Okay. So now, yeah. I'm going to put this, like I mentioned in the video, if Phil Jackson, and I'm not saying it was right, or whatever your opinion of him, but I still can't get over last summer before Phil Jackson left the Knicks, everybody got triggered. So many people got triggered not that Phil Jackson was going to trade. Could people understand today? The communication is dying. People can't read anymore. They can't put words together. I don't know what's going on. Last summer, it was reported that Phil Jackson, listen to me carefully, he would consider listening to offers for Kristaps Porzingis. Nowhere did it say he was going to trade him. Nowhere did it say he was going to trade him for a box of basketballs. He just considered listening to him. Why not? Let's see what he wanted to gauge Kristaps Porzingis' value. And if something came along that was too good to pass up, hey, let's really consider if this is best for our franchise. But no, the media, that idiot who I can't stand him, Stephen A. Smith. Remember how he got on Phil Jackson? How could Phil Jackson? He's a senile old man. They get rid of him. He's gonna trade Porzingis for a box of basketballs. No, and maybe I think, and I said it. You could go back in one of my videos. Maybe Phil Jackson